Hello there folks, and how is it going? And welcome back to another video. Now, I love photography, we all know that. It's all fine and dandy, fun and games, but I also love being a tourist. And here we are. Let me turn you around here folks, because we are standing somewhere absolutely incredible. And this whole little intro I'm going to give you here is just mind-blowing. Let me turn you around here now, look at this. This is an old Roman amphitheater. Look at this. Imagine all the gladiators and stuff fighting down there. Absolutely fantastic. Now, as we kind of get ready to depart this beautiful town of Madeira, I can't remember where, I'm going to pop it up on its name for you, Orla will remember. We are here, we wanted to visit this amphitheater, and then there's another amazing building across the way here that we are going to see as well. And I'm just rambling around, just being a tourist, why not, taking some pictures with the phone. And so I just thought I would introduce you to this new video at this absolutely mind-boggling place. And I just thought it would be awesome to share with you because it's so amazing. What's the name of the town we're in? Merida. We are in Merida, folks, and it has Roman ruins coming out its ears. Merida. It was the capital of the Roman Empire on the Iberian Peninsula. It's right next to the border of Portugal, where we are standing right now, but it is just absolutely magnificent. I'm going to put together a little B-roll clip for you and walk you through it all there. But for now, we're just going to amble around and just be tourists for the day. So let's get going. So folks, we are now down on the floor of this amphitheater, pretending like we should use Orla's crutches as like swords, and we can pretend like we're gladiators for a few minutes.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
But this is absolutely crazy. We were just reading back there on one of the information signs that it was built in the year 8. There you go. So it's a good 2,000 odd years old, so it's wonderful. It's really fantastic. And where we're standing now, obviously would have been people fighting, gladiators fighting and people, you know. So it was said that this area here would have been covered with wood when the things were all happening, people were fighting and stuff. God only knows for what. And I wonder if you can see, let me zoom in, across the way there, it's speculated at least that the gladiators would have come down that big archway and out into the amphitheater to start hacking and slashing each other up. So it is absolutely wonderful to be down here and just experience this. It's absolutely incredible. It's the kind of stuff travel is so wonderful for. So let's continue rambling and see what else we can see. So folks, my mind is blown right now. It is like, one, I really should have brought my hat. 2, I really should have brought my sunglasses. But 3, wow. Let me turn you around here, folks, because this is quite possibly one of the most spectacular things I have ever seen in my entire life. Look at this. This is an old Roman theatre, and it's pretty much right next to the amphitheatre that we were in. So I suppose after you were kind of like got your fill of hacking and slashing and watching people murder each other, you would come here and then just, you know, watch a play all kind of like hoity-toity. And but wow, what an absolutely incredible place this is, and it's so nice just to be amongst it. It's just incredible. Going to head down the steps here a little bit and try to get up close to some of these columns here. Are just mighty. They are marvelous. Yeah. But really, it's absolutely stunning. So let's have a wander around and explore this incredible landmark in history. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed that jaunt around history. What an absolutely incredible journey that was. It was such a beautiful wander around such a wonderfully preserved piece of history. It's absolutely incredible. That town is stunning and absolutely would recommend it to you if you ever find yourself out in that general direction. Now, on to the photography portion of this video. We are at this absolutely we're at this absolutely gorgeous geological kind of site, and have all these beautiful granite stones. I hope you can see behind me here. I'll overlay a bit of b-roll and some geese here. Look at these lads. They were running around with time lapse. So the idea and the aim of the game is to probably stay here maybe tonight anyway, for sure. Going to get up for sunrise if nothing materializes here now this evening. There was a small bit of light when we did arrive, and the idea will be to get up for sunrise, and if we stay again then for sunset as well tomorrow. So it's absolutely wonderful, and maybe one might assume that the granite that we were looking at earlier in those beautiful Roman ruins could potentially have been quarried from here. Who knows? But it's such a wonderful. It's so green. It's like home. It's amazing. So if any of the pictures I took before the sun went behind that big bank of cloud just after we arrived turned out to be any good, I'm going to pop them up on the screen for you now, and let's keep exploring. Welcome, friends, to the ASMR Photography Studio, and welcome to this week's collection of photographs. Now, before we get started, the whole experience was absolutely fantastic, and I think I really did capture some of my favorite images like ever. So, but this particular one that we're looking at right now is a very simple kind of snapshot, but I just wanted to include it here just to give you a kind of a bit more of a detailed overview of the kind of scenes that we were looking at, and of course then to include these wonderful granite rocks and the rolling hills beyond. Absolutely wonderful. Now, you gotta love an old goose, and these fellas were everywhere. They were just like owning the place. It was awesome, and I was so delighted when this one lad hopped up on the rock and I captured his reflection just so wonderfully. It was such a wonderful thing. And then of course when they all decided to meander through the river and ruin the reflections, I did capture this image too. As you can see, I did opt to convert this into black and white. I just feel like the white geese in the dark water really help pop and tell a nice little story of a bunch of geese wandering through my perfect reflections. So it was a fun time indeed. This last image here that we're looking at now is, I really do like this one. I love the winding road. There's a real kind of magic to the whole scene, and I really just love that kind of trail that leads off into the unknown and just through these beautiful trees, and it's such calmness to it. I really love about this image. But overall, just the way things have started, I am more than happy with. Well, I hope I just didn't stand in a big pile of poo there. Essentially what I'm looking to do right now is I've got my camera, no tripod, nothing, just you, me and the camera. And I am just heading over to the water's edge here. Essentially I want to try and find a, oh my god, there's light in the sky kind of composition. There's so much poo here. And you know, just on the off chance, if the sky does catch a bit of light, then I can, you know, run and kind of grab this shot that I'm ultimately looking to try and find. Let's have a turn around here. So look at these absolutely wonderful things. Now you might have seen these from the images that you just looked at, if they turned out to be any good. But over here as well, there's some absolutely wonderful ones. I'm loving this shoreline, and I'm loving that big kind of mound that you can see out in the distance. Can I zoom in? No, hold on, let me zoom in. Yeah, you see that kind of big mound out there? I love that. So the idea maybe, perhaps, so maybe the wide angle lens was a bit of a bad choice. Maybe the idea, if I can maneuver, so much goose poo. Anyways, I'll play around with a few different compositions and see what I can find. But I'm really loving that mound, that big mound over there. That's so quiet as well. It's like families and stuff running around, stupid geese. Ruining my it's so quiet moment. Anyways, I'm going to play around with some compositions and see what I can find. And we'll see if the light kicks off. I'll get back to you. So this is absolutely fantastic. Ooh, I'm standing up on this big rock here, and oh wow, the river, let me turn you around right now because it's happening every so often. You get these absolutely gorgeous reflections. The wind just dies down on the surface, and it is proven to be absolutely fantastic. So I am firing away. There is a bit of color in the sky too, which is really lovely. I'm essentially just cutting the frame in half with the reflection, and then this lovely rock here on the bottom left, and then this gorgeous sky above. So fingers and toes crossed that this turns out to be gorgeous. Oh my god, it's all sorts of stuff happening. Anyways, if any of these pictures turn out to be any good, I'm going to pop them up on the screen for you right now. So this is the image that I captured at sunset, and well, I really love it. Again, it's just this kind of like build up to a crescendo for me that I'm just so overjoyed with. But I really do love this image. I love it for the rock on the bottom left and then the trees across the way in the right. It really helps kind of balance the frame. And then of course you've got that gorgeous reflection and then the beautiful light in the sky, and there's such wonderful structure to the clouds. It really adds such wonderful kind of contrast to the frame. I'm super delighted with how this one turned out. Now it's always worthwhile as well just to the simple act of just turning around and looking over your shoulder, because when the light is kicking off, you never know what you're going to find. And at this stage now, you know that I love my 100 to 400 because it really enables you to capture scenes like this. They're very small, they're very intimate, but they have this really wonderful kind of punch to them, and that's just, you know, the silhouette of the trees against this gorgeous fiery sky really, really did lend itself well to capturing an image that I'm super duper happy with. Really, really happy with how these ones turned out. So, what an absolutely wonderful, wonderful day this has been. We explored some history, and now we are at this gorgeous, gorgeous place. And I am just going for a little walk down the trail that you would have seen in the photographs, just to see what there is, you know, potential-wise for tomorrow morning and beyond. But I just wanted to say that it's such a wonderful thing, you know, getting to travel and obviously getting to visit and explore these places. You know, it's wonderful. It's just so wonderful. And just being a tourist as well is just, it's great. You know, it's a good laugh and it's good fun. And fair play to Orla, hop along beside me, fair play to her. And but it was well worth it, well worth it. So I am going to pretty much wrap up this evening. So the next time you see me, well, if the sky clears, you might see me taking some astro, which would be absolutely marvelous. Because could you imagine, look at this scene here now, could you imagine that with some reflections and astro? Oh my god, that would be incredible. But if not, then we shall come back and resume early morning, because it would be absolutely fantastic if it was calm like it was there at the sunset, and then the geese rolled in and just ruined all the reflections. So we shall see what happens. So I'm gonna head back to the car, eat some food, watch Wheel of Time. If you're watching Wheel of Time, let me know. Gonna watch an episode of that, and then just enjoy the evening. It's absolutely splendid here. And you can hear them geese, and it's nice and quiet too. Anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling, and yeah, so let's get going. Good morning, folks. Wow, what a morning we find ourselves here at this absolutely gorgeous lake. It is so quiet and there is not a breath of wind, and it is absolutely incredible. Let me just see if I can capture that goose. Ah, he's out of the frame, he's out of the frame. Fly lower, goose. Wow, this is so beautiful and it's so calm. Oh my god, it's absolutely worthwhile getting up in the mornings to come out and photograph, particularly when you're at places like this. Now, I don't know whether there is a bit of light happening where in this frame that I'm going to show you very soon, so hopefully a bit more of that colour comes out in the sky. We've got about maybe another 15 minutes or so before the sun actually comes up, and hopefully we can get a bit of light in the clouds. And I'm really, really hoping, let me turn you around over this way here, I'm really hoping, I've come down the track a bit, that I can get a bit of light on this lovely mound that I pointed out yesterday when the sun comes up, because there's a break in the clouds and then it turns cloudy. So I really, really hope we can get the briefest bit of light on these rocks over here. So that's the aim of the game. So anyways, if this particular picture turns out to be any good, then I'm standing right at it now, I'm going to pop it up on the screen for you now, and you know, from the back of the camera it looks quality. So if it turns out to be any good, I'm going to pop it up on the screen for you right now. Okay, so I love this photograph. Like, everything about it to me is just the reason why I go out and take landscape photographs. It's just so gorgeous, and like, you know, spoiler alert, it just gets better from here. But I'm so thrilled. It was so calm, and the reflections were just so perfect. And oh wow, the clouds! Look at the clouds. They really just had this wonderful structure to them, and the light, just as it was kissing that break in the clouds, was such a sight to behold. I am absolutely in love with this. I'd probably make a wonderful print if I ever did get around to printing images. This particular scene now next, again, like that one we shot at the sunset, it's always worth your while just trying to look around. The light was changing very, very quickly, so you got to be kind of as quick as you can and frame things up as nicely as you can. And I love the two trees here in the center of this frame, and of course that gorgeous morning light as it is illuminating the sky and the silhouette of it all. It's just, oh wow, it was such a beautiful, beautiful sight to behold. I'm absolutely delighted with how these images turned out. So I really, really hope I'm able to do this place justice, because it's so gorgeous. It's so peaceful and just so incredible. I found this really, really lovely composition that I'm looking at right now that I'll pop up on the screen for you now in just a second, but it is absolutely gorgeous. Let me turn you around and, like, spoiler alert, I'm using these absolutely wonderful rocks here in the foreground as a lovely anchor into this. Look at this. It's absolutely gorgeous. This is really, really smashing. I'm so, so delighted. So yeah, if this particular picture turns out to be any good, I'm going to pop it up on the screen for you now. There's probably going to be loads of pictures here, but that's just the way it is, isn't it? So yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. Yeah, so there's like stalks. Let me turn you around. Can you hear this? At the top of the two mounds that were kind of catching my attention here, that you can see here, there's stalk nests. So they're obviously, collecting babies and getting ready to deliver them. That's how it works, isn't it? So yeah. So anyways, the picture. If this picture turns out to be any good, I'm gonna pop it up on the screen for you right now. So here is the result of me using these wonderful granite rocks as a nice anchor to the frame, and that beautiful morning light as it is slowly creeping up over this gorgeous reflection. Oh man, I'm so happy with how this image turned out. So you'll notice that the spit of land across the way there that it's reflecting does have a bit of extra detail in there, and that's because I did shoot this bracketed, and I did want to try and bring in some of that nice green that was across the way just to help add a bit of extra interest. So I really, really do like the way this overall scene has come together, and for me, finding foreground like this, it's almost like those rocks are just floating in clouds, and being able to use them to frame up and to be able to use them as the main kind of anchor, as I say, to your compositions really makes them much, much stronger, and I absolutely love the way this image has turned out. Wow, what an absolutely magic morning we have found ourselves here at. It was just so gorgeous. The light really, oh wow, it just kicked off. It's gone behind a big bank of cloud now. The cloud is set to, go away today. So we'll see what happens for sunset this evening. But if it ends here, then that's okay with me, because that was absolutely special. Really, really gorgeous. It's also starting to rain now, so I gotta get back to the car and make some coffee, I think. So really, what an absolutely gorgeous morning. So I didn't do any talking to the camera because I was like, really need to get some nice photographs here. So if any of the pictures that I took between now and that last one turn out to be any good, I'm gonna pop them up on the screen for you now. Okay, so here we go. I know the image that we looked at before I said was one of my favorites, but this, I think, for me is probably one of the best images I've ever taken. I am just flabbergasted at the whole thing. To me, it has everything. The warm glow of that light is just immaculate, and then of course you've got that blue tone as it comes across the sky. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. I'm sitting here looking at it. I'm just so happy with the whole morning. It was so beautiful, and feel like humbled sitting here looking at this image, and that nature has provided such a beautiful, beautiful landscape for me to paint, if you will. And wow, I'm just so happy with how it turned out. I really, really love this image. The reflections, as we've seen, were just so perfect, and just that light, of course, is absolutely gorgeous. It's just so beautiful. I don't have anywhere to hang anything, but if I could, I would absolutely print this for sure. As the morning progressed, you will see I actually cropped this at a 16:9. I just wanted to kind of, emphasize the band in the middle and the random placement of those stones in the foreground. It's almost like a Zen garden. I really love that. And then of course you've got that gorgeous balance of the trees on the left, and then that beautiful, beautiful mound on the right, and then just that light. It's just immense. Absolutely wonderful. I really, really love how this image turned out, and overall I think just between this one and that last one are two of my favorite images that I've ever photographed. I'm just so thrilled with them. Now this next image here, I'm just so happy. I think between these three that we're looking at now are probably some of my favorites. I love the fact that I was able to put the 100 to 400 on and get a nice crispy shot of these beautiful rocks. This is essentially that mound we've been looking at all the time, just zoomed right in at 400, and you can see then there are some beautiful stalks nest up on these rocks, and of course that gorgeous light in the back is just like the rest, it's just like this painterly feel, and it's just so wonderful, and it's just so gorgeous, and a real testament to nature's beauty, and I absolutely love that about these. Well, good morning, folks. We are 2 for 2 here at this absolutely stunning location. Now, it rained last night, so there was absolutely no semblance of any kind of sunset or decent shots that could have been happened in the rain. But look at this morning we find ourselves in. Is this gorgeous fog on the water. I've very rarely photographed in conditions like this, and it's absolutely just so gorgeous and so peaceful. I'm only turning the camera. I've taken a few shots that you guys can see now soon enough, but I've just been rambling around trying to get them because it's lifting so fast, and yeah, but wow, it is absolutely gorgeous. I opened up the door this morning and I was like, oh my God, I literally said to Orla, it is glorious. So here we are, and it's so quiet as well. Can you hear that cuckoo? I really hope you can hear that cuckoo. Anyways, if any of these pictures turn out to be any good, I'm going to pop them up on the screen for you now to save you the ramble. And yeah, and I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to keep going because it's so gorgeous. So the fog on the water, oh wow. This is one of the images that I captured of this random goose just sitting on this rock, but wow, I love it. I love it so much. This lake is the lake that just keeps giving. He's just his home. Yeah, I live on this rock, it's grand, it's fine. But for me, there's just gorgeous depth to the entire frame, and of course the goose there just makes it, and it's just such a wonderful, wonderful scene. It was such a joy to sit there and watch him just do nothing, and the fog all around. It was just so beautiful. This next image again has lovely depth to it because of that fog, and like I mentioned earlier, I don't necessarily get to photograph scenes like this too often, and when I do, I'm just so happy with the results because it really adds this gorgeous. With this particular one, then of course you've got that beautiful pink in the sky from the sunrise, and overall, yeah, wow, it's just magic. It's just absolutely magic. I'm super duper happy with how these ones turned out. So I really hope I was able to do any of those pictures justice. Hold on. Wow, what a morning this has proven to be. And I think the fog might be like coming back, if that's possible. Now yesterday I was on a walking trail, which is a really, really gorgeous walking trail. It takes you all through these boulders here. Let me turn you around here for a second. See all these gnarly big granite slabs and boulders. You're able to essentially walk through them, and storks nest up on top of them and all sorts of wonderful stuff. And the trees and the flowers are all absolutely gorgeous. But when I was walking yesterday, I noticed this lovely farmhouse off in the distance. Well, it's not off in the distance, it's just, you know, it's over there. I'll turn you around actually, hold on. And you might be able to get you. So I don't know if you can see. I hope you can see. See, there's a farmhouse there. Lovely stuff. And I was thinking, yes, that could absolutely work. Now I had no idea any of this fog was going to happen. I knew I wanted to try and capture this with the morning light, knowing that it was going to be obviously coming from this direction. And here I am, and now there's a bit of fog ever so slightly starting to encroach. Oh, I'm zoomed in a bit there. There's a bit of fog ever so slightly encroaching a bit now as well, and I have framed up a really, really gorgeous shot. Let me turn you around here now, see if we can see the preview. Can we do that? Nah, it's too glary, god damn it. Anyways, I'm really loving it. It's very, it's quite Irish, which is strange considering I'm in Spain, but it's absolutely beautiful and just so calm and so peaceful. It's like calm and peace has been a running theme outside of all the wonderful Roman ruins we were at earlier. Man, this video is probably going to be like an hour long, but it's absolutely worth every second. Look at over here, the fog, you can start to see ever so slightly starting to come back towards me, which is absolutely incredible. Anyways, I am going to ramble around. I'm going to take this picture, might take one or two other ones, because I did notice some kind of like lone trees and things. So if any of those pictures turn out to be any good, I'm going to pop them up on the screen for you right now, and then I'm going to head back to the lake because Orla texted to say that there's more fog on the lake. So I'm going to head back there and see if I can capture some images of that too. Wow, what an absolute beautiful morning. So here is the result of that beautiful farmhouse nestled in this gorgeous Spanish countryside. You know, when you get morning light or sunset light, it's just something just so beautiful about it, and you know, you can really see why people chase it so much, because it really just adds this gorgeous element to images. It's just, you know, you could photograph anything in this kind of light and it's probably gonna look good, but for me, I'm really, really delighted with how this one turned out. And as I was meandering about moments ago, the fog just lingered just the tiniest bit, just to add that nice extra bit of depth to the frame and just the surrealism to it all. I really, really love this. I'm super duper happy with it. And you know what? It's quite Irish, and I love that about it. So it's like a little slice of home sitting in front of me, which I'm really, really delighted with. And this particular image, I actually really, really like. These stalks are everywhere, and you know, I can see why they call it home, because there's loads going on, rocks and twigs and whatnots to build their nests. And I just managed to see the sun had come up behind this particular nest, and then noticed then these two lads, well, I'm assuming it's a guy and a girl, you know, silhouetted against that beautiful, beautiful sunrise. And really, really delighted. I think I shot this at about like 1/8,000, as high as it could go, and really, really delighted with how it turned out. A nice kind of storytelling image, kind of ties it all together for me, and I'm really, really super happy that I decided to take this picture. There he is now, having a bit of breakfast. And it's just, the light is just so beautiful. Like I said, you photograph it and in this light and it's gonna look marvelous. I love the diagonal that runs through the frame, and then of course putting the cow on that kind of right third really just balances it for me. I'm super happy with how it turned out for a random kind of cow picture. Yeah, so there you are. But overall, this experience has been just so gorgeous, and I am thrilled with how all of these pictures turned out. And if you did make it this far, I appreciate it, because I know we rambled on a bit at the beginning in our Roman ruins, but I really, really hope the images that you have seen throughout the journey of this video has made it worthwhile. So cheers. Well, another absolutely beautiful morning here at this lake. This place just keeps giving. I was a bit panicked, a bit late getting up this morning, but nonetheless, we managed to capture at least one photograph. And I'm going to put that in what you would have just seen, just to save all the rambling, because I have a feeling this video is going to be terribly long. So, wow, what an absolutely whirlwind kind of tour this has been of this wonderful region. You know, getting to visit those ruins, at the start, and then of course coming here for the last few days has just been special, like special. It's one of those kind of treats that you didn't know you need, you know, and then it happens and then you're like, wow. Really, really, absolutely fantastic. I can't get over how beautiful it's been. So yeah, anyways, I'm gonna keep trying my best to keep this short. But you know, it's one of the beautiful things about travel, and particularly having a little car like this, a little van. It gives you a great opportunity to be able to kind of, you know, plunk yourself for a bit when a place really kind of captures your kind of imagination and creativity. And I love that about this. It's really, really wonderful. So, in effort to, well, I'm already almost a minute and a half. But anyways, I'm gonna go this time. Right, go on. So, if you like the video, folks, do please give it a like. And of course, if you fancy following along for more of this grand adventure we find ourselves on, you are indeed most welcome to hit that subscribe button. But for now, I will see you all in the next one. Take it easy, everybody. Cheers.